Hey, I'm Charlie from Sandhouse, and I'm here with Jonny Cruz. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Just hanging out on a Saturday. Easy breezy.
Incredible. Thanks so much for speaking to us today.
Happy to be here, man. Let's talk Overwatch. Let's talk life. Let's do it all.
All right. Firstly, can you remember your first musical memory?
Ooh, that's a great question, man. Jeez. My first musical memory. Um, you know what's coming to mind? I mean, it might not be my first, but in the fourth grade, uh, we we were playing recorders.
Hmm.
That was my first introduction to like playing music and like being around music. Um, and it stuck with me. And then I didn't really like uh, play any music or instruments. The recorder was my only kind of intro to the world of music. And then when I was in the sixth grade, I had an incredible music teacher, Mr. Ortiz, um, that taught me. I wanted to learn the drums, but I had to start on the bell kit, and so I was playing that. But I just remember him being such a powerful musical force of wanting me and inspiring me to want to be better at music. And I remember I would play just to show him I could do it.
Yeah.
And he was such a wonderful man. And then I remember we had to move, and we ended up moving, and I changed schools, and I was excited to keep doing music, but the music teacher, we never would pull out our instruments. We sat down writing notes, like we never actually played anymore, and like it was so disheartening that I stopped, like my musical pursuits.
Mm.
Uh, and then it wasn't until I was 18 that I kind of like picked up a guitar and started playing a guitar, but never with that same reverence or fervor that Mr. Ortiz gave me. And I think it's only been recently that I started getting back into music in a way that's like been very healing in a certain way. Like really going back to that old heyday of saying, "Hey, Mr. Ortiz, it's been a long time, but I haven't given up." So, yeah, that's a long-winded. What's your first musical memory? But there you go, dude.
That's fun. Have you ever caught up with Mr. Ortiz?
No, man, have no idea what happened to him.
Ah, I'm sure he's out
But I hope you're doing well, man. You inspired me.
there. Do you remember the first piece of music that you ever bought?
Oh man, this is highly embarrassing.
Oh no.
So my growing up, my mom, she was very particular, very Christian woman, wouldn't let me buy rap albums or musical um, CDs that were secular or anything.
Mhm.
Very very religious, very very kind of listen to Christian music. I personally never bought any Christian music, but when I was in the seventh grade, uh, a friend of mine for my birthday took me to Blockbuster Music, and I was in Blockbuster Music, and I was looking around, and I was like, oh man, if I buy a CD, like my mom's gonna probably be like, what is this? She's gonna throw it out. What can be the thing that I like, but also not be something she throws out immediately? And and then my pick was the Spice Girls.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, I'll just buy this. It was a poppy fun thing that, I don't think my mom would have been too mad about. And then I was like, okay, I'll just buy this. And then I went to class, and my cool friend, Jason, was like, yo, can I borrow a pencil? And then I was like, sure, it's in my bag, man. And so he reaches into my bag, doesn't pull out the pencil, pulls out the Spice Girls, holds it up in the middle of the class, and goes, Spice Girls! And I was like, yeah, there you go, man. There's that story.
Oh man. Did you keep it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I kept it. I couldn't. I took it to my mom. I showed it to my mom. I played it with my mom. She didn't throw it away, so I was happy.
Oh, that's fine. Do you remember
Yeah.
Do you remember the first show you went to?
We're talking show by theater or show movie.
Like a concert or a theater show or a dance recital, if that's your
Oh,
thing.
Let's see. Um, hmm, that was a good one. Well, what's coming to mind on this one is we went to like this Christian con. It was a Carmen Christian concert. Uh, and I wasn't into it. So let's just say after that, I didn't go to many concerts. But yeah, as far as theater goes, not a lot of community, not a lot of theater, like just a lot of school plays and stuff that I saw. I remember, but it wasn't until I think I saw Wicked,
Oh,
just actually a few years ago that I was like, oh my God, this is an amazing show. Like Cirque du Soleil, I remember seeing and being like, this is what love is, man. The time, attention these people have put into these performances of the show, their body, their mind. Like I was just floored and inspired by these shows.
yeah,
Um, so yeah,
amazing. If you could have written any song, which would it be?
any song, huh? Jeez. Man, you're coming with the heavy hitters today.
It gets easier
Oh,
after this, I promise.
you know what? I think I really would say to Michael Jackson's "Smooth Criminal" was something I just it was so for me that song was just like whoa, and also his "Man in the Mirror." Those two I think are songs to me that I'd wish I had written or been a part of in some way for whatever reason.
Good choice. Right. Okay, it gets easier now, don't worry. Well, I think.
Whew.
All right, do you have a favorite snack or soft drink?
Okay, favorite snack and soft drink, man. This is not getting any easier. No, let's see. My favorite snack, right now, because here's the thing: is it changes so consistently. But if we're talking like a sweet kind of snack, I love chocolate chip cookies. It's been just a kind of a staple. Um, that I just I'm always in the mood for. I'm always down for a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah.
And then I love coffee, man. I'm a huge like I'm always running around with coffee, uh, black coffee. I know it's crazy, but I came to just really enjoy the experience of drinking a coffee with a chocolate chip cookie. Might just blow my mind. Uh, and then kettle corn popcorn is it's a huge staple in my diet.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite thing about being an actor or voice actor?
Um, I mean, I think they're kind of two different things, but when you reach as an actor like a line, or especially in a comedy, you hit the timing and it's right, doing improv, like there's just a magical feeling of you made something and it worked and it's like relating to people. Like if you get laughter, it means you've hit a point with somebody that you're relatable or you related something to them, and I love that. As far as voice acting goes, just you're kind of in a booth, so nobody sees your face, so you can really just focus on the tone and the voice and like really get into it and be there. I've reached moments of like just full immersion in a character so deeply when I didn't have to worry about the lines, nothing, because the lines are there for you. So you're just emoting onto this page,
Yeah.
and finding that has been very meditational, like very like uh yeah, just zen. It's really wonderful, and especially when you get some really good copy that Jordan Cross and Hitman, he had a lot of that ups and downs and like hitting all these different peaks, anger to sadness to just heavy crying to guilt. Like all these emotions were in the words, and being able just to put that out there was unbelievably uh, wonderful. Uh, yeah, to be
Um,
present with the material like is just incredible.
right. So you've been an actor for a while, like way more than 10 years now.
Yeah.
How did you make the transition into voice acting, particularly in video games?
Well, I'd never been really uh, like my focus was not like voice acting. I actually never thought I had a voice to be a voice actor or anything like that. I never really thought of it like that. I knew I could do some characters and some fun things, but it wasn't a focus of mine. But my manager hooked me up with Imperium 7, which is my agency, as with an interview, and I just went in there being like, "What's up, guys? Cool." And I was just talking and enjoying their company, and then afterwards, like a week went by, I didn't hear nothing, so I emailed them. I was like, "Yo, we gonna do this or what?" And then they were like, "Yeah." And then like a while later, I realized how difficult that actually was, and how lucky I was to jump in on that train. And for years, I didn't book anything. And I was like, man, what's up with this? This is kind of difficult. Uh, and over time, I think, I don't know, man, I just, I found a little bit of my voice. I found a little bit of like what I could do. I wasn't really a commercial guy, you know, I was a little bit more on the character side. And those are the things that I was finding a bit more, fun in a bit more success kind of. And then I booked a video game, Prototype 2. I was kind of some voices in that, and I went into a booth and did voices and pretended that I was my head was being ripped off, you know, and like what did that sound like? And that was super fun, and like I was like, this is cool, man. And and then I was still continuing with acting. Got on a show, was on a show, and then after the show got canceled, I remember being like, whew, like this on camera game, I'm kind of getting the same kind of characters, the same kind of deals. I'm getting close to stuff, but not quite. You
Yeah.
know, might not be the look they need. You know, and it was just like this is just too much. And I remember being like, all right, well, I just surrender to whatever is, and that's when Overwatch came floating down as a golden gift. And from there, I just oddly, my mind kind of started being on this wave of like voiceover.
Yeah.
So then I booked a kids show, and then I booked uh, Hitman, and I just started booking like these voiceover gigs. And I was like, oh well, maybe this is something I should really look at and really put more time and attention to, and that's kind of how it all moved this way. Because I also found that I could be anything. I could do anything behind a mic. I can have an English accent. I can be a cowboy. I could be a helicopter. These were all things that I was like, whoa, like I can't do that with regular television, at least not at this, And
Well, yeah.
so that was such an attractive thing.
Would you recommend voice acting as a career?
Um, you know, um, it's a cool gig. I personally am honored to be a part and to be working with such great talent. I do believe acting in general. You have to be willing, persistent, vulnerable. You have to ask for help, and
Mhm.
that's pretty terrible. But you also have to be doing the work. Uh, it's a career in which you're going to constantly have to open yourself up and be told no, be told that you're not what they're looking for. It's something that you have to be not take personal and just be willing to walk the road as long as you can and develop yourself and just be in love with the thing that you're doing, and doing it, of course, for um, the enjoyment of it,
Mhm.
the not the outcome, but the consistent growth, the consistent understanding of yourself. I mean, if you could do these things, I think you'll enjoy the process. But if you're only attached to the outcome of what is going to happen, getting the job, it's going to be difficult.
Right.
And I think through the doing and the doing and the doing over and over again with an attitude of appreciation, an attitude of you can do this, it'll come, things will come.
Yeah.
But if it's just for the fame and glory, sometimes it's hard. So I would and I wouldn't.
Amazing. All right. So you mentioned that you did some voiceover work and then you got into video games. You did Hitman, and a little bit before that you did Prototype 2. And then you got the role as Lucio in Overwatch. And that's gotten huge. Everyone seems to love Overwatch. What is it about Overwatch, do you think, that makes it so popular?
I think it's a lot of pieces, and I think these guys are working on this game, and they've been working on it for many years, and they made it just so fun. They made it so interactive with your peers, your friends. They made characters that you can relate to
Hmm.
and enjoy while you're playing. They made such a great variety of characters. They made a great world, and just the gameplay itself is just the number one, right? And beyond that is like they're really piecing together stories and mythology and these things that we love as people, and they're really slowly giving them to the fans and the players, and we hunger for that. So I think the way in which they're doing it is also just really brilliant and smart. And yeah, did that answer your question?
Yeah, that was amazing. Thank you very much. All right.
Oh,
If you could have
okay.
voiced any of the other characters in Overwatch besides Lucio, who would you choose?
Oh, you know who I like is like McCree.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, he he's he's super like I don't know, cool. I always kind of wanted to do the Matthew McConaughey type, like cowboy, play a cowboy, which I actually ended up doing for a video game recently. So I'm super excited. Uh, but that would be super cool. And yeah,
What's it like working for Blizzard?
I mean, they treat you like a king. They're always the voice actor directors are just sensitive, loving. They help you find it. They know how to work with the actors. They're constantly taking care of you and making sure you're good. And the sweetest human beings ever. So working for Blizzard has been one of the best experiences I've had as an actor um, out here. So
Well, go
yeah.
Blizzard. All right. This should be the fun part. What are, if any, your favorite voice lines for Lucio?
Yeah, one of my favorite lines goes in tandem with what Lucio's doing, and it's push off. And when he blows people off the sides of buildings, it's
Right.
just so hilarious to me to watch people fly off. I love that line. Healing boost. Anything that has like musicality in the sound of it. The beatbox line is really great.
Yeah.
And just when he's encouraging you, like, oh, of course, you know, let's break it down. Is like that's just such a powerful. Also with his move where he like hits the ground, it's just such a
Yeah.
wonder. Like I like the combination of motion and action together. So yeah. Okay.
What are your thoughts about Lucio with regard to his morality and like his backstory and history?
Well, they only release little tidbits to me. Whatever you guys know, it's pretty much what I know.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little bit. Maybe not even that much more. Uh, but you're asking my feeling about just Lucio in general and
Yeah.
who he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally um, like him because a lot of him is a part of me,
Hmm.
and I like myself.
Awesome.
Uh, but yeah, I think Lucio's playfulness and his encouraging words and things like that are somebody you'd like to have around, man. When just in life in general, that could come around and just like pump you full of his life-giving energy. Like his energy is infectious a lot of
Yeah.
times, and so. I mean, he's just a likable guy, and how could you be mad at him, you know?
Yeah. I get you.
So I like that about him. I like that he's like, a musician. I like that he uses music and sound and energy and waves to heal people because I think healing goes beyond just physical healing. I think it is like he also heals with his encouragement of your emotions and just what he represents. I'm really proud to be a part of that in a lot of ways. Um, because yeah, man, in life you need that kind of support to really like get you through a lot of times. And a lot of times we don't get that kind of support in life. It's just that unconditional, constant love and healing from someone, you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Good
so
stuff.
yeah, being a support like Lucio, I'm so down for.
There's a question. People want to know if you could add any of your own voice lines to the character. Is that something you'd want to answer, or you'd want to stay away from because
Right.
it's Blizzard's thing?
You know what? This is always a fine line. If he could say, I think if he could do a little bit more beatboxing and singing.
Yeah.
That's what I would have him do. Like little more musical things that he's because they did let me do a little beatbox and then when you're not using them, he's just kind of beatboxing. And I would like that in like yeah, like a DJ musical boost. I would love to do stuff like that actually.
All right, amazing. And then one last thing. Are you like? Do you play the game at all? Just so I
So me
know.
personally, I'm a backseat.
Right. Yeah.
I'm a backseat player, which I sit behind other people and tell them how bad they're doing. But I don't actually play as much as I would like to. As I'm super like busy with doing my other jobs and stuff, so I haven't been able to play as much as I'd like to. I've sat down with some friends and commented on it and done some streaming, and I'm hoping to do a little more in the future. But yeah, I don't play as much as I'd like to.
And then lastly, before we finish this, what's your favorite cake and what's your favorite ice cream?
Ooh. Oh man. So I'm a chocolate boy. So I would say I really a decadent just chocolate cake is what I'll always order. Um, and chocolate with chocolate icing. And then if you do chocolate with chocolate icing cake, then you have to do like a vanilla ice cream. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I just love like it's actually I think it's is it Bluebell Dutch chocolate ice cream? I think is my favorite. Um, and yeah, I'm chocolatey. I just love that stuff,
All right, incredible. Thank you so much for speaking to us today.
dude. Super happy that you reached out. I'm happy to talk. Yeah.
All right, before we go, is you got anything upcoming exciting that you're allowed to tell us about, or is it all under wraps?
I've done I voiced two other video games, which I actually can't say it was just horrible.
Oh.
Uh, and so I'm like I don't know what to do with myself. But hopefully that'll be coming soon. I'll let you know actually, if I could say anything.
Sounds good.
I'll definitely hit you, yeah.
All right. Where can people find you on Twitter and Facebook and wherever?
So I made it super easy for everybody. You can find me on all of my social medias with the @ tag or anything, Jonny Cruz, and that's JONNY CRUZZZ. So Jonny Cruz with 3 Z's. You can find me pretty much anywhere with those. If it's got 3 Z's, it's me.
All right. Again, thank you so much for speaking to us. You've been great.
Dude, happy you called, man. Awesome.